I am the co-president of the Athletic Diversity Committee here at Merrimack College, and our mission is to create the conversation about racial diversity, racial disparities, gender inequalities in sports, but also in the world. As we know, with current events, there's a lot of that going on, and so we, as a committee, try to bring that to campus so that we can continue that conversation and it's not a trending topic.
I'm the Vice President of Operations for the Athletic Diversity Committee. I've been involved with the committee since last year when it first started, so I kind of just help out planning our meetings and figuring out what types of things we want to talk about at the meetings and planning events and things like that.
I'm one of the co-presidents. I help facilitate the discussions in our meetings. I'm heavily involved in the planning of events, reaching out to other organizations so we can work with them to do events on campus. Me and Jackson, who's the VP of Cultural Communications, work on flyers for all of our events and for our Instagram. So some of the events that we've done in the past are Kneel in Solidarity, where we, all across campus, Merrimack students knelt or stood for 8 minutes and 46 seconds to honor and remember the all victims of police brutality. We also did an event last semester about owning our identity and kind of throwing away people's perceptions of us and seeing how people's perceptions of us ultimately shape how society sees us and how they treat us.
We did it on the main street in the Sakowich Center, and we kind of just asked people to come and embrace their identity and kind of explain things that maybe aren't seen from the eye, underlying identities and qualities that they might have that reflect diversity, and just kind of making sure that those people felt accepted and could embrace their identity and embrace who they were.
In the spring, what we're looking to do is to partner kind of with the Boys and Girls Club and do kind of a big field day in Lawrence, because I think it's really important for students in high school to be able to see people who look like them in positions like this, at a Division I school playing sports. So it'll be really cool for the committee to, do a fun little field day activity with all the kids and stuff.
I think you should join it just to meet more people and meet other athletes at the school. It's a great community, athlete specific. I think a lot of athletes already know each other, but ADC is a great way to kind of connect on a bit of a deeper level and kind of learn more about other people and their perspectives and kind of how they got to Merrimack and what their story is more of.
We're able to bridge the gap almost and talk about hard issues, but also educate each other as well. So what I go through on a day-to-day is very different from my friends or my teammates. And having that conversation is sometimes necessary so that they can understand how I live my life and how my life is viewed by others, but also how I can see how they're living their lives and try to have that mutual understanding.
ADC basically serves as a place for athletes to feel comfortable in discussing issues they might not otherwise be able to talk about. So on the basis of their identity, they might want to talk about issues that are in their daily lives, just in society in general, or even in athletics. And it's really important for us to talk about these things, because without talking about issues, we can't fix them. So I think having that dialogue, we can start to talk about ways to combat that on campus. And again, it just gives people a space to talk about that and overall raise awareness to these issues, because our goal is to learn from one another, educate each other, and just continue to be forces of change on campus. Merrimack really values community and making people really feel welcome and feel like they're heard. So ADC really gives people a chance to feel heard. And as athletes, it's important for us also to know that we do kind of have a little bit of a platform, a place for our voices to be heard. So it's important to use that platform, and I think ADC is the perfect place to do that, to really make sure that everyone feels included in this community, just like Merrimack says they do.
I would say our main goal right now is getting more athletes involved on different teams. We have some teams that aren't represented in the committee at all, so it would definitely be great to have some more members from those teams be involved. And then I think with more members comes more perspectives and more opinions, and I think that would be great in just furthering the conversations that we're having with the club.
So if you don't have a representative on your team, so we have an Instagram, it's Merrimack Diversity, and we have a sign-up sheet right on there. If you can sign up, and you'll be added to the email chain, you'll be added to the GroupMe, and we have meetings every weeks, every month, and some in person, some on Zoom. So those are great ways that you can start. You could also reach out to Jeremy or Diane, and they can also direct you.